Before the achievements, before the celebrations, there's the work. Early mornings, late nights. Every challenge faced, every extra effort made.
Every victory starts with preparation.
We value leadership, resilience, and innovation. No victory without work. Because success isn't given, it's earned. Welcome to Adrian College.
Bulldog fans, remember to follow Adrian College TV on social media. For game highlights and campus events, you can catch it all on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and X at Adrian College TV. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel to catch all our future streams live and support your Bulldogs.
Continue to take pride and learn from Asa Mahan's leadership today. Years of commitment to harnessing the power of creativity, ingenuity, community, and academic excellence.
I believe that if you get your degree, the world is going to feel like it's shrinking.
History in the making and inside the Arrington Ice Arena. It's the first time the Bulldogs face off against the Cardinals of Saginaw Valley State. Saginaw Valley State, a team that's joining men's Division I hockey for the first time in a little while, but it'll be an exciting matchup here inside the AIA. I'd like to welcome you in. Joining me today is Frank Krupe. My name is Sean Whitmer, and it's a matchup that looks to be exciting. So, Frank, how are you feeling coming into this matchup between these two teams? First matchup ever, and it's going to happen inside the AIA.
Well, I'm feeling some type of way right now. It's a pleasure to be your co-pilot here on ACTV. I'm a new voice right now in the Adrian College TV broadcast, but I'm a very, very old soul when it comes to Adrian College. You're listening to the voice of somebody who played for this men's D1 team from 2011 to 2015, and I was one of the founding members of this production house, and I called probably 100 games up here. And I just got in my feels putting this headset on to watch my former team take on Saginaw Valley State, and I tell you, there's gonna be some magic in there tonight. We're gonna see some special on ice moments. The Bulldogs are guaranteed gonna win. They're not losing with me in the stands.
So with the Bulldogs taking on an unfamiliar foe, and it's as unfamiliar as it gets here, what do the Bulldogs have to do? What style of play do they have to play in order to take advantage of a opponent that they're not used to seeing?
Yeah, well, it's early in the season for the Bulldogs, right? And teams early on everyone's in a bit of a discovery stage, trying to find their identity and impose their identity on opposition. And does it make it a little harder when you're playing against an opponent you have no idea about? Yeah, maybe. But ultimately, you know, the Bulldogs, it's funny, I talked with the team this morning. I went in and said hi to the boys and gave them a little pep talk, and I said, hey guys, what's your identity? What's your identity as a team? And they all looked at me almost in unison. They all said, well, blue collar. We're a blue collar, hard working team. That's how we're going to beat teams. So I expect the Bulldogs tonight to outwork the other team. Simple as that. Win the puck battles, get shots on net, back check, clear the front of the net, stay disciplined, stay out of the box. I think we're seeing a 5-2 Bulldogs win tonight. That's what I got.
So, of course, we talked that blue-collar style, that physical style. It's gotten the Bulldogs in some heat throughout this season so far. They've spent more time in the penalty box early in the season than I think they'd like. On the flip side, though, Saginaw Valley State has spent a lot of time in the penalty box. Multiple players over 20 penalty minutes already this season.
Wow.
Some over 30. One even has eclipsed 40 already this season. So it'll be a very physical matchup, and we might see the underdog, in your eyes, come out as physical and as bruising as possible in order to take advantage of the team who calls Bruiser their mascot.
Yeah, hey, nothing wrong with a little physicality in the game of hockey, right? Maybe we'll see tensions boil over a little bit tonight. We've obviously got two teams that play physical and play with a bit of a bite, right? And special teams will probably play a big factor tonight. So both teams are no stranger to the penalty box. Both teams are going to have their looks on the power play. So this could be a game tonight that is decided by the special teams. We will see.
I couldn't agree with you more. And myself, Sean Whitmer, Frank Krupe, we're going to step aside for the national anthem, and we're going to be back as you're watching Bulldog Hockey on ACTV.
The diploma you will receive symbolizes your efforts and distinguishes you as a highly educated person, learned in the arts and sciences and prepared for a life of achievement and great accomplishment.
Adrian College has built something very special. You've created not just an academic environment, but a culture of physical excellence, discipline, and resilience. You've turned this college into a place where pushing the limits isn't the exception, it's the expectation.
We leave here with countless memories, loyal friendships, and moments that have shaped our character far beyond what we could have imagined when we stepped onto campus. So now, class of 2025, we've come a long way, and I know as we step into this next chapter, we'll step into a new exciting adventure. I know we will do so in faith, in confidence, and in gratitude. Thank you guys, and congratulations, Adrian College, class of 2025.
I'm a special ed social worker.
And I'm a third-year public affairs major.
I'm an action filmmaker.
Jevi is like a consolidated platform where I could have focused information in a couple swipes.
You can be another small voice that adds to a beautiful space. That's what I'm here for.
Welcome back inside the AIA. National anthem ceremony is over with, and now it'll be the opening puck drop. And in net for the visiting Cardinals will be Ryder Grega, 6-foot goalie out of Markham, Ontario.
Hold on, did you just say that the starting goalie for Saginaw is from Markham, Ontario?
I did.
Well, you know where I'm from, Markham, Ontario. That is quite a serendipitous piece of information that you just bestowed upon us. I grew up in Markham. I was a goaltender myself. Again, Frank Krupe doing the color commentary here, former Adrian College Bulldog and ACTV participant. And wow, what are the odds of that? we've got a mark. I won't lie, I'm a little nervous now. Maybe this Markham goalie could stand on his head and steal one for Saginaw, but we hope that doesn't happen. Who's in net for the Bulldogs?
I have not seen the number, as I got a little bit distracted there during our open, but if I'm...
Well, we already got a penalty. It looks like in net for the Bulldogs, it's number 39 for Adrian Peyton.
It'd be Peyton Traska out of
yes.
Brighton Valley, Alberta. He is their primary netminder this season for the Bulldogs. And this Bulldogs starting line, their main offensive line, one of the tallest lines you'll see in ACHA D1 with Justin Jammer, Eli Reimer, and Mateo Turin, as it's back to Strasky. Over to Reimer. Strasky playing on the point. He'll pick it up, plays it over to the wing. Gajewski pass right in front, now being chased down by Reimer. Puts the brakes on, makes a move towards the corner. Plays it patient. Back to the point at Strasky. Skates down Broadway, and his shot will find the back of the net.
Well, a seeing eye floater from the Adrian College Bulldogs. Sometimes you just got to throw it on net and hope for the best. Hard to say if it was, I believe it was tipped in front by number 8 on the Bulldogs, Justin Jammer. What a hockey name that is, Justin Jammer, the Adrian Bulldogs captain. Adrian got shut out their last time around. They lost 2-0 to Ohio State. That was their first time being shut out this year. And you know they were chomping at the bit to get on the scoreboard early. Talk about a minute in early.
Yeah, and special teams playing a big part as Blake Weidman will pursue the puck into the corner. Plays it underneath, trying to take it away from DeCalloway. Now Jammer making a play towards the puck. Will be passed out of the zone, recovered in the neutral zone by Nathaniel Mott. Plays it behind for Ziskinder. Off the boards, Weidman fighting for possession, and it'll be taken away.
For Justin Jammer, that is his team leading 16th point of the year. Now tied for the team lead with Eli Reimer. So the captain for Adrian continues to have a big impact for his squad.
Of course, one half of the co-captain tandem here, Sebastian Smith, yet to see the ice, but a very flashy player in his own right, as Gajewski will pick up the loose puck. He's going to play it into the slot. It's stolen away. Trying to create some transition opportunities with Smith. Now Zaski will recover the puck deep in his own end. Gajewski plays it back. Bulldogs struggling to find possession. Gajewski turns it over in the neutral zone. Smith plays it forward to Smith. Now Zaski will get physical up against the boards. Both teams battling for possession. Bulldogs will come away with it. It's played up to Reimer. Flipped cross ice. Going for the dump in, but it gets swatted down by a Cardinal. Bulldogs like that dump and chase when they're trying to make line changes. Marley had to fight off a Cardinal defender, and now a turnover in a costly location. Marley will pick it up, plays it back for Zaski. Zaski battling for possession. Bulldogs take it out of their zone. Brandon Nye still fighting. It'll be flipped past Min. Schaumburger picks it up. Skates around to the point. Now played in front, deflects up into the protective netting, and we'll have a stoppage that doesn't include a penalty.
So Saginaw Valley State coming into this one with a record of 7-7-1, looking to get back above 500. Down early here in this one. And, you know, as a former goaltender myself, you know, Adrian scored on their first shot on net. That's never an easy place to come back from as a goaltender when you get beat on that very first shot. Wasn't necessarily his fault. Looked like there was a screen in front, but it'd be interesting to see how the Saginaw goaltender from my hometown of Markham can rebound after an early one.
Of course, an unblockered shot, so he hasn't really seen as much action as a arm is raised, and we're going to have a penalty on the Bulldogs. First one of the evening, and I believe it's going to go against Schaumburger.
Well, we talked about it in the pregame, didn't we, my friend? We said both teams are a little undisciplined. And here we are, barely 4 minutes into the game. We've seen 2 minor penalties, and now this is a big power play for Saginaw. Adrian's controlled pretty much the entire pace of plays. It's only been 4 minutes so far, but they got to get some looks here.
As it'll be cleared down, and making a play back behind the net was Grega. Cardinals setting up a rush over here towards us. And looks like Strasky getting in there, poking it away. Bulldogs will take away possession. They will clear it down the ice. And the Cardinals will have to reset. Minute 30 remaining on the power play. Trying to do it all himself. Blake Weidman goes for the turnover. And he'll slap it down the ice. Weidman had a fantastic performance against the Liberty Flames in rivalry weekend, coming out of that weekend series with 4 goals. And he's trying to carry momentum from that still, having 6 goals coming into this contest. Nathaniel Mott battling. Picking it up is DeCalloway. He sends a saucer all the way down the ice. They'll meet the boards. Grega will play it back. Picked up by Monaghan. Plays it behind. Skating with pace is Beagle. Trying to go wide. Mott looking to cut him off. Forces him to pass it up. Now it's passed back to the point. Nice 1-2 kicked away by Ziskinder. Back over to the wing. Battling for possession is Ashcroft, and it'll be cleared by the Bulldogs once again. 25 remains in the power play. And the Bulldogs have been looking good on the penalty kill so far.
Yeah, Saginaw's, they got no room out there. And one thing I noticed here about the Adrian penalty kill, very, very aggressive. They're not providing any time and space for Saginaw to get set up. You know, some teams on the penalty kill, they might play more of a perimeter defense, so to speak, and just build a good wall in front of the net. No, not the Bulldogs. Pressure, pressure, pressure. And in my opinion, that's the best way to kill a penalty, and we saw it there from Adrian.
Yeah, I got the privilege to interview Blake Weidman, who's a member of the special teams unit for the penalty kill here, and that was a big thing he harped on, is that they're told you eat shots, you chase down the puck, you get aggressive on the penalty kill. That's how we're going to keep them away from getting shots on goal. As the Bulldogs successfully kill the penalty off, and now looking to turn it into points. Skating up the ice, getting cut off. Reimer takes it from Marley into the corner. He'll skate underneath. Plays it back. Sent in front by Zaski. Marley picks it up, pass to Reimer on the dot. Now he'll go back underneath the net. Reimer takes a shot and it'll ricochet off wide. McLaughlin able to keep it in the zone. Reimer tries to skate through the defense and it'll be just barely kept in by Zaski. Dumped in. Looking to pick things up was Marley. Now a turnover, going the other way. Picking it up is Atkins. He'll go for the dump and chase. Bulldogs, Reimer chases after it with pace. It's a D-to-D pass and return to sender as the Cardinals trying to play keep away from the Bulldogs. But the Bulldogs fetch it well. Taking it the other way, turn, pass to Reagan, and he couldn't collect the pass cleanly. Nice move, but Turn will come away with the steal. Plays it long, Twig hits the ice on Bergeson. It's a delayed whistle, and the Bulldogs will head back to the sin bin.
Well, I mean, this is a Saginaw team that is lost some confidence a little bit. They come into this one on a 4-game losing streak, and 28 goals allowed in the course of that losing streak. They're a team that has lost their way a little bit at this point in the season. And a tough stretch, and they're still looking for their first shot on net. And again, you know, when you're struggling, when things aren't going your way, it can be tough to skate uphill, but all it takes is one shot, one big play to get a little bit of confidence back.
As it's played up to the point, now rifled in front, and Traska with an easy glove save. I will mention for those just joining us, of course, the Cardinals, this is only their second season in Division I play. Their team got reinstated in 2006, but started at the D3 level, moved up to D2, and this is their second year in D1. So when you take into consideration a 7-7-1 record.
Yeah. It's some growing pains for sure. Still working some kinks out, but playing 500 hockey in a new higher division, in retrospect, pretty good.
Jammer and Weidman. Weidman takes the shot, and it'll go high into the protective netting, and the Bulldogs are going to want that one back.
And Weidman skates up the ice with his head looking skyward and slams his stick a little. He had a wide open gaping net here. Look how much space was left open. Oh, he knows he should have executed and buried that. He's that's one you might think about when you rest your head on the pillow later tonight.
Mott plays it in. Chasing after it is Nye. He has it taken away from him in the corner. Going back the other way, played in reverse. Now the Cardinals will dump it down. Mott, first player there. He tries to play it wide. It'll find the point. Played to the wing, back to the point, and unable to handle it. That's Beagle, who will have to chase it down. A little bit of sloppy passing, sees the Bulldogs take another opportunity away from the Cardinals. The ricochet sends it down. Coming out to grab it is Grega. Now they're setting up the rush. Beagle plays it all by his lonesome with two Bulldogs attacking. It's Schomburger chasing after the point. Schomburger creates the turnover. He's got two players to beat. A little bit of assistance from co-captain Sebastian Smith, who will recover it. He skates, tries to make a move. Has it taken away. Going the other way is Smith. Puts the brakes on as this is deflected up into the netting. And we have three Smiths between these two teams, so there's a potential that things could get very confusing very fast.
How many Smiths does it take to win a hockey game? We're going to find out. Adrian's looking for their 10th win of the year. Head coach Gary Astalos sitting on 295 career wins at Adrian, so he's looking to get one tonight, and we'll be closing in on that very impressive 300 mark at some point this year.
As Weidman looks to avenge himself but gets cut off. Picking things up is Bro. He'll play it cross ice feed. Weidman, they're at full strength. Backdoor cut and a play right in front. Covered up cleanly by Grega. Jammer tried to get fancy going into the crease.
Well, it's the right idea by Jammer here, who's looking for his second goal of the evening. And he's trying to go 5-hole, trying to be sneaky. It's a very, very common play we see skilled players do, get the goaltender to open up their legs. But he could not be fooled on that one. Was Gregor. Big save to keep his team in the game.
Strasky gets taken down. Bro will pick up the puck. Bulldogs looking to set up a rush, but they're getting pressured. Some of the most pressure I've seen the Bulldogs get all season. Strasky plays it to the wing. It's Reimer. Long feed to Gajewski. Battling for it. Right in front of his teammates' bench area. A little bit of a scrum going on. A lot of Cardinals in. The Cardinals will come away with it. They look to dump it in, but it's going to be deflected. Bro plays it to Reimer. Reimer has deceptive handles, but it's picked up by Gajewski. Played back to Ziskinder. Plays it in front. It's deflected. I believe that was Marley with the deflection.
Yeah, it was Luke Marley. Nice play. Nice right idea from the Bulldogs. Shot wide, intentionally shot wide, looking for the tip in front. And I got another solid read by the goaltender, Gregor.
Puck gets played down now off the boards. Ziskinder will take that one off his shoulder. Bulldogs with a takeaway. Mont plays it up for Nye. Gets a friendly bounce, chasing into the corner. Skating around, now off the boards. Mott over to McLaughlin. McLaughlin into the body and swallowed up by Grega.
Yes, Grega, thank you for correcting me. If someone from his family or friends is watching, I apologize for the mispronunciation. Grega, from my hometown of Markham, Ontario, has made a couple quality saves here to keep his team in this early, getting outshot 6-1 with just under 10 to play in the first.
Be quite honest, surprised it's only 6 as of right now. Bulldogs usually shoot in bunches. They've been playing a lot in reverse today. A little bit surprising as Smith will pick it up. Defensive zone, plays to Cash Reagan. Reagan, shot, score!
What a shot by number 44 of the Adrian College Bulldogs, Cash Reagan. He cashes in, and watch what he does here. He uses the defenseman in front of him as a screen. So he comes in and rips a low wrist shot and uses the Saginaw defenseman. I believe it was Dylan Callan. He used him as a screen and whipped that one low between the shin pads. Good goal scorer's goal there by Cash Reagan.
And I believe that's going to be second in goals now for Reagan, just behind Sebastian Smith, who comes in with 9. That was his 8th on the year. Going the other way, Cardinals take a shot. It's deflects out of the glove of Traska. Bulldogs battling for possession down in the corner. Now flipped up. It'll take a bounce off Blair. Weidman plays to DeCalloway, who didn't have his eyes on it. Bulldogs get taken down off the ice. DeCalloway picks up the loose puck, going the other way. Backward pass. Weidman shot, makes the bottle dance.
That was one heck of a snipe by number 3, Blake Weidman from Elmira, Ontario. There wasn't a lot of room, as you can see on the replay there, to sniff out that corner. But right where Mama hides the chocolate chip cookies, Weidman makes the bottle pop, as you said, do a little dance, make a little love, just like that. It is 3-0 Bulldogs, and Saginaw has got to be careful there because this one could get away in a hurry.
I'd like to quickly remind you to stay connected with all the action by following at AdrianCollegeTV on social media. From game highlights to campus events, we've got you covered. Don't miss a moment. Follow at AdrianCollegeTV today.
And hey, while you're following, don't forget to follow my brand, which is the Hockey Illuminati. Shameless plug. I went to Adrian here for 4 years and spent many years with this ATV broadcast. Nice save there by Grega. And if you're into hockey, check out some of the things I do on social media at Hockey Illuminati.
This gets played back. It's a very fun follow over there for all those listening to the shameless plug. As
yeah. Oh, thank you. Sometimes you got to be a little shameless in life, you know?
Turin will recover the puck in the defensive zone, trying to play it up the wing. McLaughlin has it taken away, but he will recover. Flips it up ice. Untouched will be icing. That's exactly what it will be. So,
well, I must say it's really nice to be back on campus. Again, former goaltender with this D1 team. I haven't been back to Adrian since 2018, and man, does it feel good to be back. And I've got a little emotional rolling into campus. The rink looks great. I mean, this is one of the top facilities in Division III ACHA hockey, and every time I come back here, there's new bells and whistles, and it's a privilege for anyone playing in this rink, I tell you.
As a shot had some eyes on it, but I believe caught the knob of the stick of Grega up into the protective netting, and It's been a lot of athletic additions here on campus as of late. Of course, the Sweeby Indoor Athletic Center down there over by the baseball facilities is a new state-of-the-art dome turf facility. It's regulation size, so they can actually host athletic events. We've actually hosted 2 soccer games there already. Now Gajewski with the shot. It gets deflected, still loose in front. Cardinals will pick up the loose puck. Grego lost his stick. A teammate will fetch it for him. And the arm is raised. We're waiting on the whistle. There it is. A player's going to the box, but I didn't see the crime committed.
Is this on Adrian? It is. Oh, no, it's not. We got a power play for Adrian. It's number 12 on Saginaw, who's, that's Joe Blair. Looks like he's going off for roughing. So the Bulldogs back to another power play with a chance to expand their lead to 4.
Almost expected it to have something to do with the netminder's stick going flying, but Cardinals trying to take advantage as their team captain sits in timeout. And it's stolen away, a shorthanded opportunity. Shot deflects off the body of, I believe, Strasky.
That's a big block by Strasky after turning the puck over. He said, oh, I can't make my goaltender make this save. I'll make it for him.
Turin is diving down Broadway. Jammer couldn't find him cleanly. Here is that tall line I mentioned earlier with Turin, Jammer, and Reimer. All of them over 6'4", I believe, and all very talented forwards. Gajewski to Strasky, over to the wing. Reimer's shot deflects away. Strasky plays to Gajewski. Reimer diving towards the net. He'll skate back around. Resetting the offense. Turin's rifle off the iron. Reimer will chase it down, going on the wing. Bulldogs look to set up their play. Gajewski backside. His shot is kicked away. He plays it to Jammer, whose shot is high. Now Reimer chasing after it, but it'll be cleared nicely. It's a good job by Tim Monaghan.
Well, if I was in net, if I was Greg in net, I'd be saying thank you to my post. Reimer rang the bell, and it was answered by his post. And I don't know, I was really superstitious when I was playing, but I used to talk to my goal posts. Is that weird? Maybe.
As Reagan skating around, makes a nice move, pass cross ice. Now played back for McLaughlin. Sends one in front, it's loose. Smith can't get his toe on it. And it'll go back behind the net. Both teams still battling for possession. It's poked away. Recovered by the Bulldogs, now played up for McLaughlin. Smith skating off ice. McLaughlin will dump it in. It's to Calloway. Reagan dives in front. Cardinals back to full strength. McLaughlin dumps it into the corner. Reagan will pick it up. Playing underneath that red line, now back up top to McLaughlin. On the left point, shoots right in front, and it'll deflect away. Bulldogs unable to keep it in their offensive zone. Reagan resets them with McLaughlin, who can now enter the zone. A little miscommunication. Schomburger running into his teammate. Played onto the wing. Ziskinder picks it up, looking for the deflection in front. Unable to make contact was Schomburger. Mins has it stuck between his feet. Now Schomburger picks it up. He has Ziskinder backdoor. Ziskinder shot, shouldered away.
Good save there by Grega. Good read by Grega, who, again, we mentioned before, was bailed out by his left post. And, yeah, I mentioned I used to talk to my post. You know who else used to do that? Patrick Waugh, legendary NHL goaltender. Used to name his posts, and whenever a puck would hit off of them, he'd turn to one of his posts and say, oh, thank you. Thank you, sir. I used to name them every game.
Schomburger picks up the loose puck. It'll deflect, barely missing the protective netting. Brandon Nye trying to recover it. Now it'll skate back towards the blue line. Nye steals it away, trying to create an offensive chance. Puck still loose. Pass. Schomburger flips it up. And it looked like Grego lost sight of it for a moment, but thankfully his defense was there to help him. Nye still applying pressure. Nice passing there by Bergeson. Now up ice feed into the neutral zone. And the Bulldogs will be resetting here. I've always mentioned, you know, sometimes you thank your defenders for taking one off the shin pad for you. What do you do to your posts when they save it for you? Well, I guess some people thank them as well, as Marley will play it underneath. Strasky awaits at the blue line. Gajewski will take it himself into the body of Grega. Nice job there by, I believe that was number 23, DeStefanis in front, making sure his netminder didn't get some pokes after the play was over.
And a tough save there by Grega to find that puck through traffic. He definitely had to battle around a few bodies to find it. There's another clean save by Grega, his 11th of the period. Yeah, you thank your posts, but don't forget to thank your defensemen. And I tell you, when I was playing and my D-men would block shots, I would always be in such admiration for them that, like, these guys are out here blocking shots without goalie equipment. How tough are you? Thank you for sacrificing your body. It's easy to do it with goalie equipment. It's another thing to willingly do it with player equipment. These guys are warriors.
As this puck bouncing around, as you were mentioning, players blocking shots, a Bulldog got a little bit of friendly fire there from one of his teammates, as this one will find the back of the net. Dylan Gajewski rifles it over the glove of Grega.
Dylan Gajewski. What a shot here. He wears number 66 for the Bulldogs, and kind of looked like Mario Lemieux there, the way he snapped that wrister wearing number 66 in a Pittsburgh Penguins-esque black and yellow jersey. Mario Lemieux would have been very proud of that wrister that Grega didn't have much of a chance on. That was a snipe, as the kids would say.
Blake Weidman all alone, skating down the wing, shot. Deflects out of the glove of Grega. Now Weidman playing that aggressive style he likes so much. Jammer plays to Weidman off his skate, but he's cut off. Nice play there by Furtado. Defensively, as Jammer will get physical. D-to-D pass to McLaughlin. It crossed that.
Yeah, just offside by half a foot. Minute 20 to go here in the first period, and well, there's no other way to put it. It has not really been very pretty for Saginaw. You know, other than the power plays they had early in the first, they've had almost zero sustained offensive pressure, next to zero time in the offensive zone, and I mean, they got a steep hill to climb to get out of this one. But I mean, first things first, they got to get just playing in the offensive zone.
Sebastian Smith finds some iron.
Another one off the post.
Takes a second look at it, and he gets Grega falling down. Sebastian Smith, second time's the charm.
Well, we got a rout here, and the first period is still got a minute to play, and all the Saginaw players are coming over and tapping their goaltender on the pads. I mean, 20 shots in the first period. He's made some good saves, and most of these goals he hasn't had much of a chance on. And you got to wonder if he'll be making an appearance in the second period, or if the Saginaw coach, Brandon Orth, is going to give him a little bit of relief and go to his backup goaltender. We'll see what happens.
Brandon Nye looks to play it back to Schaumburger. Now a scrum in the corner with 30 seconds left here in the first period, as Bulldogs might be looking for one more chance. Ziskin, or one-timer, deflects away. It'll find the corner, and another scrum brewing. Brandon Nye picks it up. Pass back to Schaumburger. It's sticked off. Mott's shot is deflected. 8 seconds. Oh, breakaway opportunity shot. Found iron and bounced out.
Oh my goodness, what a chance for Saginaw. They get their first real scoring opportunity with just dying seconds of the game. This is number 15, Trayton Siegert. Oh my goodness. great shot, beat the Adrian goaltender. And, oh, that would have been such a nice way to end the period for Saginaw with a little touch of momentum on their side. But the posts have been active tonight. The hockey gods have been manipulating the iron early on here, and we're at 5-0 going into the second period.
You mentioned that you'll thank your post when it makes a save for you.
Yeah.
When a post saves a breakaway chance that you were clearly beaten on, how much thanks do you give to it at that point?
Yeah, it's a relief, that's for sure. I mean, it's not the easiest thing for a goaltender when you're standing there not in the game. I mean, that was their only real scoring opportunity of the period, and can get a little lonely and cold and stale sitting down there, and then all of a sudden, oh my goodness, a breakaway out of nowhere when you're not even in the game. It's not always the easiest thing for a goaltender, but luckily, hey, we got some iron on our side as well, giving us a hand.
So if you're wondering how we got here, Bulldogs currently lead 5-0, 20-3 in the shots on goal category, and I think the Bulldogs only had 8 shots with 10 minutes remaining in the period, and then they started firing at will, as I mentioned that they usually do. They got off to a little bit of a slower start, Bulldog considered, and 5 goals in the first period. You predicted 5, but at the end of the day, the second period has been an interesting period for this Bulldogs team. Against Syracuse in Game 1, they came out hot in the first period, but in the second period, we've seen about every oddity possible in that game. We'll see what can happen here today, but I think that'll do it for us here in the booth.
Yep.
As we move into the second period, I'd like to remind you to stick around as we'll be back after these short messages here on ACTV.
Bulldog fans, remember to follow Adrian College TV on social media. For game highlights and campus events, you can catch it all on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and X at AdrianCollegeTV. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel to catch all our future streams live and support your Bulldogs.
The Adrian College Media Production House provides opportunities for students to learn and grow live on the airwaves, just like Matt Kibbe.
I've gotten a chance to create a relationship with coaches and teams and learn more from people instead of trying to teach myself something. Got an opportunity to expand my knowledge of sports, hone in on my skills as a broadcaster, and learn about equipment in different ways. You get more of a connection with professors as well.
Providing opportunities, growing leadership. The Adrian College Media Production House. Thanks for tuning in.
You stand today, students, on the threshold of a magical time in your life. A time of significant growth and introspection, self-awareness, challenge, and great, great opportunity. A time that you will always look back on.
This is the Arrington Bookstore at Adrian College, the place to get game day ready, represent your clubs and organizations, and be Bulldog proud. With a wide selection of merchandise and a smile at every visit, stop by inside the Kane Student Center to pick up your Adrian College wares and make it another great day to be a Bulldog.
I'm a special ed social worker.
And I'm a third-year public affairs major.
I'm an action filmmaker.
Jevi is like a consolidated platform where I could have focused information in a couple swipes.
You can be another small voice that adds to a beautiful space. That's what I'm here for.
One-on-one battles lead to unit battles, which lead to team battles, and then a big victory at the end. Nothing different today than what you do every day, all right? Love you guys. Win on three. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Let's go.
Hi, I'm Aubrey Morgan, the current student government president here at Adrian College. I chose Adrian College because of the campus size. Campus feels like a fun, energetic community where everyone knows each other. If you want to see what Adrian has to offer for you, you can schedule an in-person visit at adrian.edu/campus-visit.
Adrian College is a private liberal arts institution known for its diverse academic programs, strong emphasis on experiential learning, vibrant campus life, and commitment to fostering a supportive community. Want to visit Adrian College for yourself? Visit our website at adrian.edu/campus-visit.
Adrian College is shaping the future of higher education and leading the way in innovation and excellence. Ranked first in most innovative schools and second in best value in undergraduate teaching in the Midwest by U.S. News and World Report, Adrian College is recognized for its commitment to innovation, quality education, and affordability. Offering 71 undergraduate programs, 13 graduate programs, and a 1-to-15 faculty-to-student ratio, our students receive personalized attention and a cutting-edge education. With state-of-the-art facilities, 10 academic institutes, and 50 competitive sports teams, Adrian fosters growth both inside and outside the classroom. From small class sizes to championship-level athletics, we provide the tools and experiences you need to succeed. Join a community that prioritizes your success. Start your journey with us, where your potential is realized. Discover Adrian College.
Are you looking to become a future Bulldog and get recruited by Adrian College? Do you display characteristics of tenacity, drive, and determination? With over 50 teams on campus, there are plenty of opportunities to further both your athletic and academic career. For all recruiting inquiries, head to www.adrianbulldogs.com and click on the Recruit Me tab at the top right of your screen. Your future with the Bulldogs is closer than ever.
diploma you will receive symbolizes your efforts and distinguishes you as a highly educated person, learned in the arts and sciences and prepared for a life of achievement and great accomplishment.
Adrian College has built something very special. You've created not just an academic environment, but a culture of physical excellence, discipline, and resilience. You've turned this college into a place where pushing the limits isn't the exception, it's the expectation.
We leave here with countless memories, loyal friendships, and moments that have shaped our character far beyond what we could have imagined when we stepped onto campus. So now, class of 2025, we've come a long way, and I know as we step into this next chapter, we'll step into a new exciting adventure. I know we will do so in faith, in confidence, and in gratitude. Thank you guys, and congratulations, Adrian College, class of 2025.
Before the achievements, before the celebrations, there's the work. Early mornings, late nights. Every challenge faced, every extra effort made.
Every victory starts with preparation.
We value leadership, resilience, and innovation. No victory without work. Because success isn't given, it's earned. Welcome to Adrian College.
If there was one word I was going to use to describe the communication arts program at Adrian College, it would be unique. Students find themselves on the radio, in front of and behind the camera, and directing their own programs. Students learn in a personalized environment that sets them up for a world of opportunities. Are you ready for your moment in the limelight? Learn more about the Rush Communications Center and Adrian College's communications program by visiting adrian.edu today.
Bulldog fans, remember to follow Adrian College TV on social media. For game highlights and campus events, you can catch it all on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and X at Adrian College TV. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel to catch all our future streams live and support your Bulldogs.
Hello and welcome back inside the Arrington Ice Arena here on the campus of Adrian College, as it was a 5-0 blowout there to start the first period of play. 20 shots on goal to 3 in favor of the Bulldogs, as, of course, very exciting matchup. Myself, Sean Whitmer. Joining me in the booth is Frank Krupe. As you can see our handles on the screen. And it's been a fun matchup so far. It's been about as advertised with the level of physicality that we've seen between these two teams, and the Iron has played a crucial role in this game so far. Frank, as a former netminder yourself, you played in the AIA. We talked there in the first period how crucial that Iron can be. How do you feel both those netminders played, and what do they have to do going into the second period in order to, for the Bulldogs, stay clean, for the Cardinals turn things around?
Well, if you're part of the Cardinals, then, I don't know, maybe pray to the hockey gods. I mean, this is a Bulldog team that is clearly more experienced and more skilled than Saginaw, and it's a tough place to be in when you're behind this early in a game and you know that it's very likely not going to go your way. And Grega has come out for the second period here. I was curious to see if there'd be a goaltending change to give him some relief. 5 goals on 20 shots, and really none of them I would fault him for. And this is where you got to battle. This is where you get hardened mentally as an athlete. And again, if you're Saginaw, just get a little offensive zone time and build a little confidence in playing in the Bulldog zone.
As puck is dropped and we get underway, Bulldogs playing in reverse to start things off. Of course, we ended that last period with a breakaway opportunity by the Cardinals. This puck gets poked away. Cardinals playing in reverse, picking it up, D-to-D pass, unable to handle it cleanly. Now battling for possession up against the boards. Quick note as this is passed right into the slot, stolen away by Reagan, who goes into the corner. He's battling up against the boards. Smith picks it up, plays it up top, over to Bro. Shot in front, deflects away. Second chance, Strasky has it deflected. Bro will pick it up. Dumps it underneath. Turin getting physical. Kicks it over to Smith. Strasky plays it patient. Shot right in front. Deflects. Turin wasn't in the right spot. They'll battle for possession. And it'll finally clear the zone, but it'll hit the protective netting. Got a little bit of a note there during the period break. It is finals week for Saginaw Valley State right now. So a lot of their team couldn't travel to today's action, meaning, and some of the team has to travel back tonight and return tomorrow. So it's going to be a little bit of a rough one. Half the team at least is staying in the hotel from what I've heard across the street. They all had to drive themselves. Just a rough time in club sports. This is something you have to deal with on occasion.
Well, finals week is never fun to begin with. It's a very stressful time for a student athlete. And as a former student athlete, it was always a struggle for me. And oh boys, the boys are double dipping a little bit here with it being finals week and playing a little shorthanded with some regulars out of the lineup.
Picking it up in the corner for the Bulldogs is Ziskinder. Plays it forward to Weidman, and it gets deflected right back. Now Weidman will take it away. Breakaway opportunity. Weidman, it's padded away. Second breakaway chance for Blake Weidman that he was unable to capitalize on today. As picking it up is Smith. There was an interference call on the Bulldogs. Weidman takes this shot and he won't squander it. Blake Weidman gets his second on the day.
And Grega should have had that one, and he knew it, and he looked skyward. Costly turnover there, and Weidman makes no mistake this time around after getting stopped on the breakaway moments later. I'm not sure what Saginaw defender that was, but costly turnover. You can't turn the puck over in front of your goaltender like that. Off the boards and out, off the boards and out, off the glasses out is what I'm sure the coach is preaching to his men right now on the bench.
And how about that? A shorthanded goal for the Bulldogs. As we mentioned how good their shorthanded unit is, and I mentioned that one of the main proprietors of that shorthanded unit is Blake Weidman. He showed us why right there.
Well, you mentioned it's finals week for Saginaw. It's also World Series week for baseball fans, and I'm sitting here wearing my Toronto Blue Jays jersey, looking down at a 2-0 early Blue Jays lead in the middle of the first against the Dodgers. That's right, it's 2-0. Our sound guy just looked over at me. He said 2. I said, oh, yeah. So Saginaw and the LA Dodgers got something in common right now. They both got goose eggs on the board. And we'll see who blinks first. Who gets on the board first, the Dodgers or Saginaw? But, yeah, 2-0 Jays in the middle of the first.
As the Cardinals trying to be the team that strikes first of those two. It'll be back, and Blair will have to play it. 10 seconds remain on the power play for the Cardinals.
Another 2-0 game right now is my Toronto Maple Leafs down 2-0 to Columbus, which is a hockey game that's happening not too far from where we are here in Adrian. How far is Columbus, Ohio from here? 4 hours maybe?
About 4 hour drive or so.
About 4 hours west. My favorite hockey team is down 2-0. So again, I guess we'll add them into the mix. Who's going to score a point first? The Dodgers, the Maple Leafs, or Saginaw?
As Mott plays it in front, picking it up. Now, chance for Reimer. Couldn't handle it. It's still loose in the crease. I believe Dylan Gajewski finds the back of the net.
Shots now 25-4 for Adrian, a 7-0 lead. At what point did they stop ringing the horn?
I did a game last year, and
you know what I mean?
It took 3 goals in under a minute for them to decide that it was time to stop ringing the horn. That game ended 32-0.
Yeah. Oh wow. Okay. So they're saying that 32. Are you sure it was hockey and not football?
It was our women's Division II team. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, that was a interesting score. I actually think it was 33-0.
Oh boy.
I just remember 32 because we referenced Magic Johnson when we got to that score tally. So.
Well, we're not trending towards 32-0. You know, we're maybe trending close to 20-0. Yeah, I don't know at one point. I like Greg's helmet. Have a look at that. He may not look that great in terms of what's happening in the pipes tonight. Although again, most of these goals have not been his fault. I like that mask though. Props to you, Greg. He's got a little swag on the helmet.
It's been a lot of turnovers that's caused some of these goals and some errant passes by the Cardinals defense. As now the Bulldogs trying to create another opportunity. Brandon Nye battling and playing a little bit of monkey in the middle there was the Cardinals as the puck flips sky high. Brandon Nye comes away with it. Gets fancy, D-to-D pass. Bro makes a move into the slot shot, and it'll be covered up into the body of Ryder Grega. Grega came in with 3 games played. He had the least amount of games played out of any netminder for the Cardinals. And he had a 5.97 GAA, a .902 save percentage, and an 0-1 win-loss record coming into today. Zaski dumps it into the corner. It's played back for Zaski. Sends a saucer to Schomburger. Mins battles for it. Wraps around. McLaughlin to Mins. Back to McLaughlin. The one-timer. Great use of the blocker. McLaughlin barely keeps it in as this pass finds Zaski. He was looking down Broadway and it gets deflected away. Goes underneath, chasing after it with some physicality was Brandon Nye. Another sky-high look. Zaski will go off the boards. Trying to pick it up with Schomburger as Smith has entered the game. Big hit by Zaski. Mins picks up the loose puck, goes to McLaughlin. Deflects forward, right back to McLaughlin. And a steal opportunity. The one-time shot off the iron once again. The Cardinals can't catch a break. And 2 more shot attempts. That'll be 3 on goal in quick succession.
Well, that one kind of caught the Adrian goaltender by surprise. Turnover, and it's just whipped on net. Never a bad idea to just spin and fire and put the puck on net. I'm not sure who that was for Saginaw, but I think it might have been number 81, Seth Beagle. That's now 2 posts for Saginaw and an icing call here on the Bulldogs.
That's an unfortunate icing right there. Cash Reagan had a breakaway chance. The pass was just a little too long for him, so he wasn't able to pick it up. And we had mentioned previously what Grega's numbers are on the season coming in. Traska, the other side of the coin, 7 games played, 2.42 GAA, and his save percentage is a .910 with a 6-1 win-loss record. He is their primary netminder for the Bulldogs. This puck is flipped down. Turin getting after it. It'll be played back behind, keeping the icing off the board. Now Reagan applying the pressure. It's Reimer, Turin, and Reagan. It's Turin to Reimer. Skates forward, back to Turin, and deflects up high. Reagan will grab it out of the air. Reagan goes to the point. It's going to be sent in front, deflecting around and diving on top of it was Grega.
It was tipped in front by Adrian Ford and Nathan Poloski. Good save by Grega. You know, I've been involved in a lot of these games that are blowouts. I mean, when I was playing here with this D1 club team, there were a lot of nights that just the nature of ACHA D1, it's not always there's not always the most parity in D1, especially when you're playing, you know, maybe smaller programs, teams outside of your conference, and I was involved in a lot of these games that were blowouts, and you know, you got to be careful when you're the Bulldogs in games like this, because when you have such a big lead, you know, when you know this is more or less done, this is when bad habits can creep in. And you know, I like that they're sticking to their game plan here and continuing to apply the pressure. You got to play at 100 miles an hour all the time.
As Reimer gets fancy with it and it gets kicked away.
Yeah, I was saying you got to play at 100 miles an hour all the time to win a championship. And you know, the details matter, and your effort night in, night out matters. Another great chance there by Adrian. So, yeah, you got to focus on, this is when you focus working on little things, your systems, for instance, for both teams, really. But, yeah.
I will say, of course, Bulldogs came into the series a couple weekends ago against Syracuse, and they played phenomenally in game one, but I think they started to take their foot off the pedal a little bit. It allowed the Orange to get some momentum going into game two, and the Orange ended up coming out with a shootout win in game two. Bulldogs were highly favored coming into that series, playing against the unranked Syracuse Orange. It's a very similar situation here today as Blake Weidman diving towards the net. Gets poked away. Weidman still finding real estate right in front as this puck will go the other direction for icing. And it's tough enough when you don't have your full bench available to you if you're the Cardinals. It gets even tougher once you start committing icings.
Well, Blake Weidman's had a good game. He's been flying around for the Bulldogs. He had his Wheaties this morning, I should say. And 6 goals coming into tonight's game in 12 games. He's got, what, a couple tonight? I think he's got 2 tonight. And, yeah, he's had a little pep in his step. A lot of great chances for Adrian, and 1 moments ago.
Weidman, of course, with those 2 goals tonight, is putting himself tied for second in the leading goal scorers for the Bulldogs. Sebastian Smith still holds first alone with 9. He hasn't tallied a second, or he did tally one tonight, so he's the first Bulldog to scratch 10 on the season. So Bulldogs are looking good offensively. I think they are going to try to clean up some things throughout the game. It hasn't been perfect by any means, as I'm sure a lot of the players individually would say they wish they had a couple chances back. McLaughlin will chase after the puck off the drop. Now it's over to Zaski. Back to McLaughlin. Plays it up. Weidman off the boards. Chasing after it. Breaks applied. Up to Siegert. Wraps all the way around the boards. DeCalloway got in the scrum, poked it free. Zaski recovered it. Cardinals send one on net. The deflection chance would have been great, but no one was home. Diving into the corner. Both teams battling for possession. Weidman looking for another breakaway chance. And what maybe should have been called tripping. Weidman gets away with it as he was skating back and swiping for the loose puck. Got a little bit too tricky with it.
Well, fun fact, the last game I played for Adrian College, I was in net It would have been maybe March. There's a save by Grega. March of 2015, and we won 12-1. I was in net for a 12-1 win. That was my last career game for Adrian. Could we see a 12-1 final score tonight? I don't know, maybe. Wouldn't that be something? We'll see.
I don't think anybody would mind that except maybe Peyton Traska in net. I think he'd prefer it to be maybe.
Don't say it.
Maybe 13 goals scored total, but maybe a different final.
Yes, and 0 against.
As Jammer plays it back, unable to handle it is Ziskinder. Now they battle into the corner. Brandon Nye picks it up. He'll take a tumble. It's recovered by Ziskinder. Getting fancy on the blue line. Sends it in front. Chasing after it. Turin plays it back in front. It's stolen away. Going the other direction. Sent high. That had eyes on it. And it would have been some fans if we didn't have that nice plexi back there behind the net. Of course, fans always come out in groves here in the AIA. Got the Wow Warriors sitting up top. As Justin Jammer will go for the dump and chase, allow his team to make a change. Jammer invites the physicality. Bro picks it up. Smith. Got aggressive there was the Bulldogs, and now the Cardinals having to reset, and how about that? Straight into the chest of Peyton Traska. He'll play it out, and the Bulldogs looking to get fancy with it. It's stolen away. Smith applying the pressure, now going into the corner. It was Ashcroft who had it stolen off his stick. Smith, he has Reagan right down the middle. Smith puts the brakes on, played over to Bro, shot, blocker save, Turin firing away, and it looked like Grega might have lost it, but he'll cover it up nonetheless.
Oh, nice job by Smith there of the Bulldogs, who turned the puck over and battled to get it back. Came down, just waited a little too long to make that pass over to Ryan Bro. And Grega quickly covers up to have a face-off just outside of the left here, and that shot just wide.
And it's crazy to say that we've seen a shot like that score here today when Blake Weidman did it earlier.
Yeah.
So I almost thought we had seen it happen twice. Traska covers this up. We'll have another face-off. That was a very fast whistle there. I don't even think the puck had reached Traska yet before the whistle was blown.
Hey, nothing wrong with fast whistles. As a goaltender, I always appreciated the quick whistles. You know, and tell you, when I was playing, I used to try and befriend the refs as best I could. You're looking good tonight, man. You got a little glow to you. You got a nice glow. What have you been doing? Are you getting better looking? Every time I see you, you're good. I always tried to butter the refs up a little bit. And as a goaltender, like you can talk to them like that. And when you befriend them like that, yeah, maybe you sometimes do get those quick whistles, you know?
Bulldogs playing around with it. Reimer was in the perfect spot just outside the crease. Getting back in time was Grega for the...
And that was a great save by Grega. That was just good mechanics there. Good mechanics there to get from one side of the net to the other. Keep his pads flush along the ice. Good, quick, crazy leg save by Grega.
Zaski gets pressured and has it poked away. It'll escape the zone. Bulldogs trying to reset. McLaughlin. Pass taken away. Perfect intercepted there by, I believe that was Beagle. Now the Bulldogs playing down in the corner. Reimer leaves it behind. It's played back up to the point. Zaski fires one off the boards. McLaughlin picking it up to Callow. He can't handle it. Be taken away by the Cardinals. Trying to create momentum the other way for Tato. Couldn't grab the pass. Stolen away by the Cardinals. As Weidman, great job using the pitchfork to cause the turnover. The cross ice feed jammer. He has DeCalloway on the back door. But DeCalloway fans on the shot. Bulldogs, we're seeing 8 on the scoreboard. They'll have to reset as this finds some furniture in the ceiling, and we'll have a whistle.
So you mentioned earlier the fans in the Arrington saved having to get some facial reconstruction surgery. Luckily for the plexiglass from glasses protecting them. What's the most rowdy and rambunctious and fan-filled you've ever seen the Arrington personally? What's the most packed you've ever seen this rink?
I had the privilege last year of calling men's NCAA versus MSOE in the, I believe, Harris Cup semifinals.
Okay.
So
yeah,
I had the privilege to call that, and it was a very interesting one. Game 1, I believe, went to the Bulldogs. Game 2 goes to MSOE, meaning we have that mini game, and very hectic Bulldog win in that series. I got the privilege to call all 3 of those games technically in a 2-game series. As delayed whistle, we'll see a Bulldog go to the sin bin. It looks like it's going to be, can't see the motion.
Yeah, we got a holding penalty coming up here to Johan Ziskinder from Thornhill, Ontario, where I played my junior A hockey in Thornhill, Ontario with the Toronto Moose many, many years ago. So Saginaw back to the power play, 0 for 2 on the power play tonight. They had 2 early chances in the first period, and let's see if they can crack that goose egg before the LA Dodgers or Columbus Blue Jackets do it against my other 2 favorite Toronto teams.
I believe you mean the Maple Leafs do it against the Blue Jackets.
Sorry, excuse me, wishful thinking. Yeah, my Leafs don't look that good this year. And they're at 0, and the Dodgers are still at 0, so we'll see if Saginaw can break that goose egg first.
Smith sends it in front, and it's cleared out of the slot. Of course, not only are the Cardinals 0 for 2 on power plays here tonight, they've also given up a shorthanded goal to the Bulldogs in Blake Weidman. It was his second goal of the evening. Now the Cardinals setting things up, going the other way. It's going to be passed up ice. And great heads-up play there by McLaughlin. Keeps it in the neutral zone, causing an offside. You mentioned earlier, of course, as a netminder, trying to befriend the officials. I, being a former football player, did the opposite at times. Did not befriend the official, and didn't get very many calls my way.
I was going to say, how'd that work out for you?
Not beneficial.
Hey, you guys, kindness is key, brother. But yeah, sometimes you want to wring the necks of the officials. Other times it's better to befriend them. 40 seconds left in the power play here for Saginaw, and let's see if they can get something cooking.
As skating down the boards, playing it back underneath, getting around everyone and fetching that puck. Played to the wing and back up top to the slot. Miscommunication. Ashcroft had moved out of the way. Now Blair.
Yeah, it's just a little bit of sloppiness there from Saginaw, you know. And again, more sloppy passing here. Turnover like that can't happen. They've had a couple here on this power play that is about to expire here in 5 seconds.
As we keep an eye on Blake Weidman, putting the pressure on this Cardinal team. Ziskinder stays out. Diving in on the defensive end. The puck is flipped up. I've seen the water bottle fall, and now still in front. Traska makes a great save. I think he knocked his own bottle off the back of his cage.
Yeah, real athletic save here by Traska. Watch him come over, and this puck is about to just balloon over him and fall in behind him, and he was able to find it and threw his elbow up to prevent it from falling in behind him. I think it was his goal stick that might have popped the water bottle, but nice piece of athleticism there from Peyton Traska to keep that goose egg alive.
As Reagan gets fancy, plays it up, kicked away. Mins tried to continue the shining play there as Bro will recover the puck. Goes to Mins, played up to Reagan. Reagan tries to keep it on the outside, going wide. Has it poked away. Mins back to Bro. The D-to-D pass, skating into the slot, the shot, loose. Smith couldn't get the rebound. Played back to Bro. Engineering through the point. As this shot patted away, Mins on the point. He'll skate forward, the slap shot, and glove save.
Well, we were talking earlier about the most rowdy, fan-packed atmosphere you've seen at the Arrington. For me, it would have been the 2015 NCAA national quarterfinal when Adrian hosted, I believe it was St. Norbert, with a chance to go to the Frozen Four on the line. And I tell you, man, like, there were people hanging off the walls, off of the Wild Wing, or the what is the cafe up there? Oh my goodness.
The Wow Cafe.
The Wow Cafe, excuse me. And like, they had to call the fire department to get special exemption to get as many people in here as they could. Bulldogs on a power play here.
Yeah, I missed the call on the power play, but as you mentioned there, of course, that MSOE game was standing room only, and an exciting one at that. It's played back. Strasky on the wing. Bulldogs trying to capitalize. Gajewski leaves it for Strasky. Skates forward. Shot kicked away. Gajewski will recover it.
And it's Siegert in the box for slashing for Saginaw was the call.
As Gajewski's shot finds the net, but it's the outside of the net. Now Jammer chasing after it. Reimer picks it up. Gets patient on the wing. It's kicked away, and it'll get out of the zone. Reimer unhappy how the play turned out. Now Turin creating the offense. Shot blockered away. Reagan leaves for Turin. Forgive me, it's Turin on the back door. Almost an own goal. Now Turin will pick it up behind the net. Cross ice feed. Mins skates forward on the dot. He has it deflected away. Reagan to Mins. Mins back to Reagan. Cash Reagan. And he leaves the puck behind him, fanning on the shot, going the other way. The Cardinals shot backhand, and Traska falls down, but he makes the save first. A phenomenal opportunity by Monaghan is squandered. Bulldogs the other way. It's Justin Jammer skating underneath. Pass into the slot. Doesn't find Turin as McLaughlin gets called trying to grab that puck out of the air.
Yeah, I think it was play was blown down with a high stick, and Reagan with a costly turnover here. You'll see, and right. I don't know, that's the replay of the stoppage in play, but it was Reagan who turned the puck over that resulted in a great chance for Monaghan on Saginaw. But great back check there by the Bulldogs. I mean, yeah, they cut that breakaway off and did a nice job of angling the Saginaw forward into a difficult position that did not give him didn't give him the greatest angle to shoot that puck. So good back check by the Bulldogs there to bail a turnover out, and of course a really nice save by the goaltender Peyton.
As this puck is loose up, and it actually, I believe, got over the protective netting.
No, you don't say.
So that's a interesting little nuance we don't see very often, but has to deflect quite high to get over the probably good 10 to 15 feet.
A souvenir for a lucky fan. Go home and put it on your mantle. Adrian College game-used hockey puck.
As Smith's shot is swallowed up by Grega, and we have 55 seconds remaining here in the second period. It's a period that's only seen 2 goals, but quite a few shots. Just some phenomenal net minding between both of these net minders. And I might have spoke too early as Bulldogs looking, have some eyes here, trying to play it back to Mott. It gets deflected. Mott takes it into the board. Now we'll play it underneath. Marley has it stolen away. Smith puts the brakes on. And Sebastian Smith, captain for the Bulldogs, will play it back. This one caroms off the boards. Bouncing around, Blake Weidman picks it up. He has Sebastian Smith going towards the net. Weidman shoots himself and scores!
What a heads-up play by Blake Weidman to just say, you know what, get out of my way. It's an odd man rush, but I'm going to shoot this. And he looks past short side, and Grega knows he should have had that one. I mean, 2-on-1, your job as the goaltender is to make sure you have the man with the puck barreling in on you covered. That's your assignment. And let that empty forward on the other side of the 2-on-1 be taken care of by the defense. And a good shot by Weidman to go short side and pop the bottle, but Grega, a little frustration on that one. He knows he should have had that. Weidman, mentioned him earlier, hat trick for Weidman. So, yeah, I mean, he was buzzing. He's been buzzing since the puck drop in the first period. And, yeah, coming in with 6 goals tonight. Hat trick through 40 minutes. He's having a hell of a game.
Yeah, Blake Weidman's second Game 1 hat trick.
Is it?
This season.
Wow.
His first one came in the rivalry weekend against Liberty. So, a game they won just shows the capability Blake Weidman has once he gets rolling. And rolling is an understatement for what he's doing here today. They might want to put a roadblock up in front because he's going to gain so much momentum. They might not be able to stop him. As, of course, 2 games set here in the AIA. Game 2 will be tomorrow. And I believe puck drop for that will be same time as tonight, 7:30 p.m. What does the Cardinals have to do in order to start getting momentum for Game 2 tomorrow?
Pray to the hockey gods? I don't know, man. You know, it's, again, it's tough when you come in and you know you're so overmatched. And I think that the boys are probably just looking to flush these first 2 periods. You know, that's what I'd be telling them if I was the coach. Hey, this game's out of reach. We're going to lose. You know, it's going to be another tough one tomorrow. You know, if I was coaching this team, I'd probably sit the boys down and say, hey, guys, let's just try and win this period. You know, I know that's like a house league way to look at things, but you know, with 20 minutes left, I'd just say, let's just try to outscore them in this period, or at the very least come out even in terms of the score differential, to try and build a little bit of positivity going into tomorrow's game. But, I mean, you mentioned Weidman is rolling. Adrian is rolling right now all over Saginaw, and we still got another period to play.
And as you mentioned, of course, tomorrow being a whole nother day, with it being finals week, as we mentioned earlier, Cardinals might have a few more players to their disposal that didn't even travel today. So might keep them even fresh in terms of the amount of traveling they're doing. And if that being a Friday night game, I imagine they'll have their whole roster on hand. Some of those guys are going to have finals fully out of the brain at that point, ready to play. That might swing things in the mental state of the Cardinals. Also, you didn't travel today. You didn't play a part in this. So you're playing Game 1 as all intensive purposes there tomorrow. Shots on goal read 44-11 right now as we enter the third period. Joining me in the booth is Frank Krupe. My name is Sean Whitmer. I'd like to remind you to stick around after the 10-minute intermission. We'll be back shortly before the third period puck drop as you're watching Bulldog hockey on ACTV.
Bulldog fans, remember to follow AdrianCollegeTV on social media. For game highlights and campus events, you can catch it all on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and X at AdrianCollegeTV. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel to catch all our future streams live and support your Bulldogs.
The Adrian College Media Production House provides opportunities for students to learn and grow live on the airwaves, just like Matt Kibbe.
I've gotten a chance to create a relationship with coaches and teams and learn more from people instead of trying to teach myself something. Gotten an opportunity to expand my knowledge of sports, hone in on my skills as a broadcaster, learn about equipment in different ways. You get more of a connection with professors as well.
Providing opportunities, growing leadership. The Adrian College Media Production House. Thanks for tuning in.
You stand today, students, on the threshold of a magical time in your life. A time of significant growth and introspection, self-awareness, challenge, and great opportunity. A time that you will always look back on.
This is the Arrington Bookstore at Adrian College, the place to get game day ready, represent your clubs and organizations, and be Bulldog proud. With a wide selection of merchandise and a smile at every visit, stop by inside the Kane Student Center to pick up your Adrian College wares and make it another great day to be a Bulldog.
I'm a special ed social worker.
And I'm a third-year public affairs major.
I'm an action filmmaker.
Jevi is like a consolidated platform where I could have focused information in a couple swipes.
You can be another small voice that adds to a beautiful space. That's what I'm here for.
One-on-one battles lead to unit battles, which lead to team battles, and then a big victory at the end. Nothing different today than what you do every day, all right? Love you guys. Win on three. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Let's go.
Hi, I'm Aubrey Morgan, the current student government president here at Adrian College. I chose Adrian College because of the campus size. Campus feels like a fun, energetic community where everyone knows each other. If you want to see what Adrian has to offer for you, you can schedule an in-person visit at adrian.edu/campus-visit.
Adrian College is a private liberal arts institution known for its diverse academic programs, strong emphasis on experiential learning, vibrant campus life, and commitment to fostering a supportive community. Want to visit Adrian College for yourself? Visit our website at adrian.edu/campus visit.
Adrian College is shaping the future of higher education and leading the way in innovation and excellence. Ranked first in most innovative schools and second in best value in undergraduate teaching in the Midwest by U.S. News and World Report, Adrian College is recognized for its commitment to innovation, quality education, and affordability. Offering 71 undergraduate programs, 13 graduate programs, and a 1-to-15 faculty-to-student ratio, our students receive personalized attention and a cutting-edge education. With state-of-the-art facilities, 10 academic institutes, and 50 competitive sports teams, Adrian fosters growth both inside and outside the classroom. From small class sizes to championship-level athletics, we provide the tools and experiences you need to succeed. Join a community that prioritizes your success. Start your journey with us, where your potential is realized. Discover Adrian College.
Are you looking to become a future Bulldog and get recruited by Adrian College? Do you display characteristics of tenacity, drive, and determination? With over 50 teams on campus, there are plenty of opportunities to further both your athletic and academic career. For all recruiting inquiries, head to www.adrianbulldogs.com and click on the Recruit Me tab at the top right of your screen. Your future with the Bulldogs is closer than ever.
The diploma you will receive symbolizes your efforts and distinguishes you as a highly educated person, learned in the arts and sciences and prepared for a life of achievement and great accomplishment.
Adrian College has built something very special. You've created not just an academic environment, but a culture of physical excellence, discipline, and resilience. You've turned this college into a place where pushing the limits isn't the exception, it's the expectation.
We leave here with countless memories, loyal friendships, and moments that have shaped our character far beyond what we could have imagined when we stepped onto campus. So now, class of 2025, we've come a long way, and I know as we step into this next chapter, we'll step into a new exciting adventure. I know we will do so in faith, in confidence, and in gratitude. Thank you guys, and congratulations, Adrian College, class of 2025.
Before the achievements, before the celebrations, there's the work. Early mornings, late nights. Every challenge faced, every extra effort made.
Every victory starts with preparation.
We value leadership, resilience, and innovation. No victory without work. Because success isn't given, it's earned. Welcome to Adrian College.
If there was one word I was going to use to describe the communication arts program at Adrian College, it would be unique. Students find themselves on the radio, in front of and behind the camera, and directing their own programs. Students learn in a personalized environment that sets them up for a world of opportunities. Are you ready for your moment in the limelight? Learn more about the Rush Communications Center and Adrian College's communications program by visiting adrian.edu today. If there was one word I was going to use to describe the communication arts program at Adrian College, it would be unique. Students find themselves on the radio, in front of and behind the camera, and directing their own programs. Students learn in a personalized environment that sets them up for a world of opportunities. Are you ready for your moment in the limelight? Learn more about the Rush Communications Center and Adrian College's communications program by visiting adrian.edu today.
Hello and welcome back inside the Arrington Ice Arena. My name is Sean Whitmer. Joining me in the booth is Frank Krupe, a alumni of Adrian College, the ACHA Division I hockey team, and one of the founding members of ACTV. He'll be rejoining me momentarily. So at this moment, sitting with an 8-0 lead is the Bulldogs, 44-11 in shots on goal, as the Bulldogs get ready to take the ice, as you can see there. And when the horn sounds, everyone in the arena gets fired up and ready to go. Here in the AIA, things get exciting, and they get exciting fast. Blake Weidman with a hat trick already in today's action, and they've been doing their job oh so well. Has the Bulldogs defense only giving up 11 shots on goal, playing with a lot of speed and determination, as Grega still in the crease for today's action. No changes on that front. Bulldogs are looking to come away with as much momentum as possible going into tomorrow's game. What's next for the Bulldogs? They have a home series against Niagara on November 6th and 7th, and then it's Roosevelt away. That'll start GL6 play. They'll have Davenport after that, Indiana Tech in a one-off game, Purdue Northwest, Hope, Calvin, Liberty, Toledo, and Grand Valley State as the Bulldogs play it back behind. Now they're going to flip it up ice, stolen away. Mateo Turin with an opportunity, and it gets poked away. Nice job staying aware. Turin gets physical with the boards. As now Turin will fall down. Strasky comes up with it, D-to-D pass, shot right in front, deflects away. And the whistle will sound as the Bulldogs will get their first power play of the game, or of the third period, mind you. And it's going to be number 81, Seth Beagle. I believe he got called for tripping there. So Bulldogs 30 seconds in, Mateo Turin unable to get the breakaway shot to go. And then he falls victim to a trip as Gajewski skates in reverse. He'll play it into the corner. Chasing after it is Reimer and Turin. It'll be played back. Gajewski keeps it in the offensive zone. Into the corner is Turin. Now Gajewski back to Turin. Playing a little ping pong here. Going up top to Strasky. Now on the wing, Reimer has it kicked behind the net. Gajewski to Turin, skates in front, and it's covered up by Grega.
I was talking to some of the D1 boys this morning, and it's funny, I asked them, I said, so how are you guys feeling tonight? Like, are you favored going into this game? Do you expect to win? And they gave me a very level-headed response, like a number of them did. They were like, you know what, we don't know anything about these guys, so we're preparing for this game the same way we'd be preparing to play the top team in the country. And that's a good mentality to have, you know, like you got to play every opponent the same way. And, you know, they've come out tonight, you know, perhaps they've taken their foot off the pedal a little bit here, but I don't even really think so. I mean, they've been applying pressure this whole game. And, again, this is where you build good habits on either side of a lopsided loss. If you're the winning team or the losing team, it's about building little habits at this point.
As McLaughlin, D-to-D pass, now dumped into the corner. Back up top, it's McLaughlin. He'll send one in front, no deflection available as it'll kick away. Now back behind, chasing after it. Bulldogs leave it for McLaughlin. plays it to the wing. Reagan wide open on the point. Dump in. Now Reagan down Main Street, but it's passed back behind. Now up top for McLaughlin. Over to Reagan. Reagan fires one off the plexi, and it'll hit that netting, so we'll have ourselves a whistle.
So we were joking in the second period, who's going to get on the scoreboard first? The LA Dodgers, my Toronto Maple Leafs, or Saginaw Valley State University? Well, the Dodgers have scored a run. It's now 2-1 at the end of third inning. My Maple Leafs have scored a goal. Sammy Bly with his first as a Leaf. So they're down 4-1. So Saginaw, the last remaining team amongst the three that we care, or that I care about tonight, I should say, to get on the board. We'll see if they can. 30 seconds left in this power play for Adrian.
Passed up ice, Turin on his horse to Jammer. Shot just barely doesn't cross the line. Grego will have to thank his teammates and count his blessings. Some fast passing between what is usually the starting offensive line for the Bulldogs. They've changed things up here today.
Just Jammer right down Broadway here. I mean, he's got all the time in the world to tee this up, and Grega gets just enough of it, and it was trickling in behind him, but I'm not sure if it was his stick or one of his defensemen that was able to save that puck before it crossed the line.
Cardinals now back to full strength. Mott took that puck in a unlucky situation, came up hobbling a little bit, now screaming down the ice, trying to pass it across. It's a new body on. It's Carter McLeod, the freshman who's appeared in 4 games. He has 1 assist for this Bulldogs team, but that's the only stat he's accumulated. One of the only players to play in a game who hasn't grabbed penalty minutes as well for either of these teams, really. Out battling for possession. Cardinals pick it up. They're going the other way. It's stolen away by Zaski. Zaski skates in to the slot, has it poked away. McLaughlin sends one in front, trying to cause a deflection. There was Marley. We mentioned in the pre-show that we expected this to be a very physical game between these two teams, and it's one of the least physical games I've seen the Bulldogs play this season. Not necessarily in a bad way either, because they've stayed out of the box for the most part, and they've kept their cool about themselves, moving up and down the rink.
Yeah, it hasn't been overly physical on either side here. Penalty coming up to Saginaw as an extra man comes now out for Adrian. Yeah, you know, and some of that could be as well a bit of psychology and thinking, okay, we got to play again tomorrow. You know, this game is more or less over. You know, there's something to be said as well about conserving your health and vitality and maybe not doing something. Although you want to see your guys finishing checks. That's all part of, like I said, building little habits and the discipline you need night in, night out. But sure, the guys are being a little more careful with their physicality considering the score and the fact that they've got to play again tomorrow.
McLaughlin had a player twisting and turning. He needed a map to find directions back to the defensive positioning. As McLaughlin picks it up, sends it in front. It's deflected. Bulldogs keep possession. Cash Reagan on the wing sends it in. A little wide. Bulldogs skating around with it. Reagan picks it up on the point. McLaughlin right back to Reagan. Now Reagan has some space. Unmarked. He had somebody lift his stick a little bit. McLaughlin's shot deflected by DeCalloway. Found the boards behind the net. Now McLaughlin engineering the offense right now. Play it to the wing. Back to McLaughlin. Sends it in front. I didn't see a deflection. Ethan McLaughlin with the power play goal for the Bulldogs.
Well, we were wondering if they were going to turn the horn off, but we'll keep sounding it for now. Nice tip in front by McLaughlin for the Bulldogs to stretch the lead to 9. And it's always nice to see goals from your D-core. And the defenseman from Penticton, British Columbia, who looked like vintage PK Subban at the blue line there with that little shimmy shake he did to fake out a few Saginaw players that are still looking for their jock strap. But a big part in that power play, and he's having a very nice game as well.
That is Ethan McLaughlin, the grad student. It is his first goal on the season as Eli Reimer sends one sky high up and over. Bulldogs dump it in, picked up by Marley. Battling for positioning. It's back to Strasky, makes a move, leaves it behind for Gajewski. Underneath, Reimer chasing after it. Puts the brakes on. It'll get out of the zone. Now Strasky picks it up off the glass. Gajewski tries to make a play. It'll go the other way, but Marley recovers it in the neutral zone. Passing it up the far side of the ice. A turnover, but it's 1-on-3. Wise choice there by Siegert to dump it in. Now, Bulldogs send a saucer the other way. It's picked up by Jammer. He leaves it. The shot by the freshman is off a shin pad. Going the other way. Weidman got a little too aggressive. Picking it up for the Bulldogs. I believe that was Ziskinder. Now flipped. Cross ice feed. Weidman has wheels, but he doesn't have enough. Mott sends it in front. McLeod's deflection had enough height on it to get over the net. Just took the wrong angle, so no souvenir for the fans that time.
Speaking of souvenirs, there's a couple souvenirs that have been handed out in Game 5 of the World Series tonight. Schneider and Guerrero for the Blue Jays home runs in the first period, and they're up now 3-1 in the fourth. And I'm curious, are you a baseball guy, Sean?
I am. I'm a Detroit Tigers fan. Of course, they got eliminated by the Seattle Mariners. I'm Detroit fan all the way through and through.
Well, you're welcome as a Jays fan for taking care of the Mariners for you.
Yeah,
and ending their season, you know.
Wish it could have been the other way around. But.
Okay, so let me ask you this, and I know we're getting off topic here going into baseball, but it is a 9-0 game in front of us here. I've heard a lot of Americans are cheering for the Blue Jays. You know, I'm from Toronto. I've got my Jays jersey on here. I'm obviously gung-ho about seeing them close this out, but do you think most Americans are cheering for the Blue Jays because they don't want to see the evil empire, LA Dodgers, purchase another World Series?
I think that's the exact reason why. I think if the Dodgers, it's a catch-22. Dodgers win the World Series, and maybe some more rules get in place about the amount of money that can be spent.
Right.
But if the Blue Jays win, then, as you mentioned, the evil empire doesn't get another one that they simply paid for.
Yeah.
So
yeah. And the Blue Jays are a top 5 team in payroll as well. Obviously nowhere near the Dodgers, but that's an interesting point. I never thought about it that way. Anyways, we digress. We got a hockey game in front of us. Enough about baseball.
As Schomburger gets in to the mix there. Now Zaski sends it, deflected, picked up by Mins, skates along the outside, gives to Schomburger, turns around, back to Zaski on the point. Return to Schomburger and a big hit on Zaski. That's a 6'6" defender out of Milford, Michigan, receiving a hit from a much smaller offensive player. And that is 5'10" Reese Furtado getting into the mix with somebody who is 8 inches towering over him. The icing now going the other way, and we might see tension start to build here for this Cardinal team. They feel like if you're in their shoes, you feel like the world's against you right now. You have to play a game against a number 4 ranked team during your finals week. Half your team can't be here. So you just kind of feel like everything's piling on top at this point. Turin sends one. It gets kicked by a Cardinal defender. Right place, right time was Grega. That bounced right into his chest. Otherwise, the Cardinals might be getting a little upset with one of their teammates.
Yeah, and you know, to your point, like Saginaw haven't mailed this in. I mean, they're not down 9-0 because they're not working hard. I mean, they're moving their feet. They are trying to play physical. I mean, they're just outmatched talent-wise. As simple as that. And of course, they're missing a lot of their guys. And yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens tomorrow when they get maybe some more of their lineup in. I don't know. But right now, with just over 11 minutes left, I mean, these guys are just heads down, watching the clock bleed away, and put this game in the books and flush it and forget about it.
As the shot there from Bro found its way underneath the pad of Grega and into the corner. A very scary situation if you're the netminder there, just understanding what could have happened. Now Smith takes a shot attempt. It's in and out of the glove of Grega.
Another delayed penalty here for Saginaw. 6 men on the ice for Adrian. And Bulldogs are going back to the power play. This will be their 6th power play of the night. And it's point night here in Adrian. It is point night. Boys are racking them up. We all love point night if you're on the right side of it. And Adrian, it looks like with their 2nd power play unit now, maybe some guys that wouldn't necessarily be getting power play 1 looks out there looking to get in on some of this point night frenzy.
I believe it's still the starting power play unit.
Is it?
Justin Jammer battling right in front, setting the screen. Strasky to Gajewski and kicked away. Yeah, it's still the same number 1 unit out there with the 3 big body offensive players. Looking for the pass to Jammer in the slot. Now he'll recover it underneath, plays it to Eli Reimer. Over to Strasky, sends it in front. Turin unable to gather it. Jammer playing with patience, leaves for Strasky. Now left for Gajewski. Jammer on the point. He skates. Reimer, one-timer shot will score!
Well, I guess that's why you send the first power play line out there. And the Bulldogs have officially hit digit double here in this contest. Remember what I said earlier was that the last game I played as a Bulldog in 2015 ended 12-1. We're getting kind of close there. Imagine if that's us. I hope it doesn't end that way. Hope the Bulldogs keep that goose egg up there. But Sean, I'm telling you, Adrian is going to end this game with 12 goals. I already see it.
As the face-off will go in favor of the Cardinals for a second. And that's all, as DeCalloway will take it into the corner. Plays with some patience, leaves for McLeod. Ziskinder's shot into the body, now kicked away. And going the other way as Weidman applies pressure along with McLeod. Now the Cardinals with their best opportunity in a long while. DeCalloway to Ziskinder. Skating in reverse, leaves for Weidman. Ziskinder, up ice feed. McLeod gets battled off the puck. D-to-D pass, Ziskinder into the slot. DeCalloway getting fancy. His shot into the body. And I mentioned the fancy moves the Bulldogs do before the power play that happened earlier when we had the extra skater on the ice. I almost expected to see Sebastian Smith pull out the Michigan, as we've seen him do it in the AIA before, and he's seen success doing that as McLeod skates to the box. Freshman earning his first penalty minutes as a Bulldog.
And I mean, the refs could have very easily called offsetting minors on this one. Some harmless pushing and shoving on both sides. Carter draws the lone call, and I mean, this is the referee's way of saying, hey guys, it's a 10-0 game. Let's not let this get out of hand, okay? I'm gonna send you to the box. We're gonna have none of that.
as
we got a hooking call here now going against Saginaw. Yeah, and that quickly negates the penalty. Number 29, Breeson Smith from Saginaw, Michigan, the local, playing for his local university. And that was a very short-lived power play, 16 seconds, and we'll play 4-on-4 hockey now for a minute 44. How about that numerology lining up?
Yeah, a lot of fours there, and the Bulldogs went from having 5 players that have played minutes to 4 players that have played minutes without a penalty so far in their season. Just another one. Nye to Schomburger.
And are the Bulldogs not ranked 4th in the country right now?
I believe they are, looking at our scoreboard there. So just all the fours that we could possibly ask for as it gets played to Zaski. Now off the boards, Schomburger left it alone. Nye battling for possession. Schomburger will have to come gather the loose puck. Makes a move to get available space. And going the other way with it. Kind of tries a ghost move. It'll be battled away into the corner where Zaski picks it up. Going the other way. He gets a little bit of a stick lift. Now passed back up to the 6'6" defender. Tried to power his way through, and a big hit by Zaski into the boards.
Yeah, it's definitely one of the bigger hits of the night we've seen. And a good clean hit, crunching his man up against the boards. And that's got to hurt getting run into by 6'6" frame. It's a tidy glove save by the Adrian goaltender to bring a whistle into the Bulldog zone with just over 7 minutes left to play in this one.
We had all those fours happening, and Cash Reagan couldn't be on the ice for us
I
to
was
talk
just
about
thinking
44.
that. You know what? And you know what? I went and looked at the number. I said, does anyone wear number 4 on Adrian? No. We go 2, 3, it skips. But Cash Reagan wearing number 44. He's had a great game tonight. Who scored the first goal of the night for the Bulldogs? Was it him? Who opened the scoring for Adrian? It feels like so long ago we've had so many goals. Don't even recall.
I believe it might have been.
Could it have been Cash?
I think it was. No, it was Justin Jammer with the deflection.
Was it Jammer?
In front.
Yeah. That's why you're good at what you do, Sean. I don't know. Couldn't have recalled that. But anyways, the 4-on-4 hockey has 11 seconds left before the Bulldogs go to a short power play.
And ask for him and we shall receive. Cash Reagan is now on the ice. So it's a 4-on-4.
Oh,
with
come on,
44
Cash.
on the ice.
Come on, Cash. Do it for us.
And it's one of the better offensive players for the Bulldogs. As we'll see if Cash can make it rain here with a little bit of time remaining in the 4-on-4. About to go to a 5-on-4 with Sebastian Smith skating up the wing. He'll leave it back behind. Return to Smith. Goes into the corner. Tries a spin move of sorts on his defender. Reagan picks up the puck. Pleading for a tripping. Now Ziskinder. It's 5-on-5. Deflects away. Bro picks it up in the corner. Tries to make a move. Poked away. Bro will come out with it. Off the boards to Reagan. Now Reagan has it stolen off his stick. As this will sky in the air and somehow avoids the multitude of furniture hanging from the ceiling. Of course, talking all the banners the Bulldogs have been able to hang up. As Reagan makes a fancy move. Turin with the shot. Deflected away. Ziskinder. And Reagan wasn't ready for the rebound. Now Reagan battles for possession. Leaves it behind. Picking it up is Mott. Has 2 defenders on him. Reagan skates forward. His shot off the body and poked away. Believe that's going to be signaled that a Bulldog last. Nope. They'll change their mind. We'll have ourselves icing after all.
You mentioned all the banners in the rafters for the Bulldogs as we get a look at the shots on goal there and the score. Kind of reminds me of the Detroit Red Wings rink, Little Caesars. I haven't been there. I've been to a couple games in the Joe, but I remember I always used to love seeing all the banners. There's a glove saved by Grega, rather. All the banners that the Red Wings would hang. Kind of reminds me of that a little bit. And we've got 6-7 shots now on goal.
As our director has...
Thanks for what's our director's name?
That would be Tate Wise.
Tate, I'm glad you made the hand motion, and we picked up on that. If you're confused about the 6-7 meme,
I think we all are.
Don't worry about it, because the whole world has no idea what it means.
I think it stems from a song of sorts, and then it just spiraled out of control from there.
I like to imagine that it stemmed from the Maple Leafs not having won a Stanley Cup since 1967. That's the narrative I have in my mind.
That's something you want to be reminded about?
I'm reminded of it every day, brother. Might as well embrace it.
Fancy moves there with the puck was Marley. Now plays it off the boards. Mott can't keep it in the offensive zone, and they'll say it found a bench player for the Cardinals, as that 6-7 is thankfully off the scoreboard now, and we're up to 6-8. Talking about our crew here tonight, of course, myself and
brain fart.
My brain just melted
That's
on
okay.
the spot.
That's okay.
Frank Krupe here with me.
There
in
you
the
go.
booth.
I knew you could find it. That's okay.
And then we have Tate Wise, our director for the evening. We have Nathan Lindner on top cam as the breakaway shot is blockered away.
Oh, that's a great save there by the Adrian goaltender. Good job. Come out, cut down the angle. Quick blocker arm save to preserve the goose egg. Oh, that would sting. He gets a couple taps from his mates there. And you know, at this point, they're just working their bag off. I mean, they want to keep that goose egg on the board for their goaltender. And they better do this, or I'm going to go in there and ream the guys out after the game.
Has another shot, and
oh, no.
the rebound.
Good save.
Kicks away. Now they're not only doing it to keep the goose egg, they're also doing it to keep the announcer jinx away from you.
Well, here's the thing. I'm allowed, as a former goaltender, the jinx does not apply to me. Wow, what a shot.
A phenomenal shot there by the freshman, his first goal in his career.
Is that number 19 Carter McLeod from Yellowknife, Northwest Territories, who just pulled off his first college goal? Wow. What a shot. What a way to break into the ACHA Adrian College record books by tickling absolute twine. What a shot. And Sean, remember, I said Adrian was going to put 12 on the board. Come on, boys. Find a way to end this game with 12.
So getting back to our staff real quick for a moment. Nathan Lindner on top cam. And then we have on 2 action cams here tonight, we have Remington Gilniak and Owen Barber. Owen Barber, a Division III ACHA hockey player, as the Bulldogs looking for that 12th. They'll wrap it around the pass into the slot, stolen away for a moment. Schaumburger battling for possession, and somehow the puck found some air. Strasky passing it up the ice.
Oh.
Nice move, backhand kicked away.
Come on, boys, get that 12th for the Illuminati.
As
no icing. Oh, they, all right, okay. That'll bode well for the 12th. Bulldogs hit 70 shots on goal moments ago. 70 shots on goal. The modern-day NHL record, for anyone who's curious, was set by the Boston Bruins against the Quebec Nordiques. In 1991, they had 73 shots on goal. Obviously, that's the NHL modern record, but Bulldogs are flirting with playing alongside a very historic NHL record.
And for those curious, I mentioned the 33-0 game that I called last year. There was 127 shots on goal in that game.
Come on. 120. That's over 2 shots a minute.
Yeah.
Did they have to wheel the goaltender out in a stretcher after that?
Well, it's interesting you mentioned goalie pads earlier. It didn't look like they had goalie pads for her. It was a very interesting.
What you think? Was she playing in player equipment?
It looked very similar. If it was goalie pads, it was very like old school,
like
thin.
street hockey, maybe.
Yeah.
Or like old school. Wow. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that was an interesting one to call as Turin kept it in between his feet, couldn't get the pass away. Now going the other way, it's off the boards. Mott flips it up ice, and a whistle will sound. Of course, a lot of athletes on our staff here as we have 2 NCBA Division III baseball players on our staff. Remington Gilniak, a former baseball player here on campus. Myself, a former football player on campus. Mr. Illuminati himself, a former hockey player when he was here. And then we have a current hockey player down in the other corner. Former rowing member and a current ACHA Division II netminder also was here tonight in Alex Herman. He will be on the call tomorrow with Tyler Ackerman as the puck will drop at 7:30, and should be another interesting contest between these 2 teams here. Of course, our director, the only full-time staff member of ACTV, Josiah Durrell, also our executive producer and support person here tonight. And then the student directors are myself, Sean Whitmer, Alex Herman, who was previously mentioned, and Dakota Schneider, doing a little bit more of the behind-the-scenes work in the day-to-day.
Without the behind-the-scenes people, we got nothing. So we certainly thank everybody who's made this possible. And what did I tell you, Sean? What did I tell you? Some Illuminati magic is in the building tonight. I'm 12 goals. And if anybody missed, who put that in, by the way?
That was number 28 junior, 5'11" forward out of Baxter, Ontario, Caleb Mintz, his 3rd goal of the season.
Wow. So for anybody who missed this connection, the last game, we talked about this earlier in the first period, the last game I ever played on this ice as a member of the Adrian College ACHA D1 club team. Oh no, don't break it, don't break it. They didn't break it. We won 12-1. We won 12-1.
Technically, it wouldn't be breaking it, as it would still end up with 13 on the scoreboard. Strasky sends it in front.
Oh, I want to see them finish with 12.
Is now sent back on net. Cardinal finds his way to the ice. Now over to Strasky. 1 minute remains in the game. Strasky skates into the corner. Jammer shot is blocked, and the Cardinals laying out to help out the Illuminati up here. Now Bulldogs skate down. Carter McLeod, the freshman who got his first goal just a few minutes ago. Back on the line, Ziskinder sends it in front. 30 seconds remain in the period. Cardinals just trying to play keep away for the next 24 or so seconds.
Well, Sean, I got to say it's been a real pleasure being in the booth with you here, buddy. You got a bright future, as does this Bulldog team, I think, this season. And it's a nice save by Grega to keep my numerology. Oh, no. As maybe the Jenks does mean something, and 13 is an unlucky number. And they're not even going to drop the puck. Wow. The Jenks is a real thing. Who scored that?
That was junior number 47, 5'11" forward Alex Schaumburger out of Canton, Michigan. and last played for the Metro Jets, his second goal on the season. And they'll get ready for the handshake line. So the last game you played had 13 total goals in it. 13 total goals in this one.
Right.
Just
yes.
The shutout stayed intact as well.
Right. You know what? Thank you for making me feel better. 13 is also the number of Stanley Cups the Leafs have. And it is a lucky, unlucky number. Anyways, Bulldogs here for their salute to the crowd. Nice, neat, and tidy game. Shutout for the goaltender, Traska. He wasn't overly busy tonight with just 17 shots, but he made some big ones, made some tough ones. And it looks like we've got maybe some former teammates, some buddies here that they're doing gratitude and thanks to the hockey gods. And I hope these players do recognize how fortunate they are to be able to play college hockey and be healthy enough to participate in this. And that's really nice to see. That's really nice to see. Some things are just bigger than the game, and what a lovely moment. I never saw that right there in all my years of Adrian. And nice special moment there for some teammates and opponents.
So before we get off the air here, I'd like to quickly ask my friend in the booth here, Frank Krupe, player of the game for the Bulldogs, if you had to give it out, who would you pick without the live stats sitting in front of you off the top of your head? I can give you some numbers real quick. Of course, Blake Weidman walks out with the hat trick. Peyton Traska, the shutout, seeing 17 shots on goal. You also add in the freshman with his first goal on the season, Carter McLeod. You add in a couple other goal scorers. Sebastian Smith marks the 10-goal mark. Justin Jammer started the party off. If you had to choose any one of these players that you witnessed here today, who would you choose as your player of the game?
My player of the game is you, Sean. It's you. You're number one star. If I had to pick someone on the team, though, yeah, part of me wants to say Traska because of the goaltender love and the shutout. But Weidman was he was buzzing all game. He was buzzing all game, and he came with a lot of juice in his tank tonight. So he's my first star. Your second star. I'm the third star. How about that?
Second star, I'd give it to probably, I would say Peyton Traska coming out with the shutout. He didn't have to do a lot, but the saves he made were crucial ones.
Yeah.
And had to put an end to 2 breakaway opportunities himself. So probably a good second star to give there for the Bulldogs.
Yeah.
So looking at the third star, you said you'd take that one on yourself. Who would you give the third star to here, Frank?
Let's give it to the freshman from Yellowknife who scored his first college hockey career goal. It was late in the game. It didn't matter that much, but it mattered that much for him to break into the college record books with a beautiful snipe. So he gets my third star this evening.
And it was a fantastic goal at that, one he'll remember for the rest of his life, I'm sure, as we get out of here with the Bulldogs winning 13-0. It was a 74 shots on goal to 17 in favor of the Bulldogs. Myself, Sean Whitmer, joining me in the booth was Frank Krupe. From all of us here at ACTV, we'd like to thank you for tuning in and remind you to join us next time. You've been watching Bulldog Hockey on ACTV.